Alright guys, how's it going? Awesome Soul, back again, tier 10, with the Lightspeed Snail. I haven't brought this guy out in a long time. He's my shielded hover medic. Not the greatest thing, it has some rather blatant weak points, but it gets the job done. It was my first medic, one of my earlier T10 bots, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, my second bot. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so the hype is ramping up. We are getting so close to the new meta. God, it's gonna be just fantastic. Last video, I said I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do the videos, and I still don't exactly know, but I did get some feedback saying that, yeah, you know, people do agree, or at least one person agrees, that shorter videos are better, and, you know, that is perfectly fine by me. Obviously, other people are going to think differently, and they're free to do whatever they want with their channels. I'm not hating on anyone. So yeah, the update that I can sort of report on is how the respawning system is going to work. So that went over basically like the shield bubble and the sort of defensive zones, and then the safe haven zones. Is that what they called them? I can't quite remember. Anyways, yeah, because the thing is, I read these things in the morning as soon as I get up, and then I forget all, like, the exact wording of it. I remember the general points they made, don't worry. But if I do get things slightly wrong, that's why. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! Oh god, Tesla. Okay, shear that. Yeah, if that ever happens to you guys, if you see a Tesla heading towards your medic, or mega, just start shearing off their blades as soon as possible. Even if you're a medic, stop healing the mega and start shearing the blades. Because Teslas, if you haven't noticed, are basically the V counter to megas. Like, megas can do pretty much nothing against Teslas. It's insane just how effective they are at taking out megas. And I kind of want to be building a Tesla. Although I'm kind of torn, because there's a lot of people saying that, oh, they're not really that great, they're pretty meh. But then I see in-game, and it's just like, oh, they shred megas. Okay, let's go after you. Or what's left of you, anyways. Oh, he's on the move. Alright, let's see, I'll heal you up, might as well. There you go. I wasn't... Oh, never mind, I think he took him out. Okay, so what do we have left? A rail, and someone else. So yeah, the one thing about this bot, or one of the many things about this bot, as far as downfalls go, is it's relatively slow. And it's going to be interesting to see how slow or how fast it's going to be after the changes. Because hovers are going to be affected more by weight in the future. Although they are, well, with everything it seems, getting a overall speed buff, even though they've listed that the new movement methods are going to be slightly slower at the start. But then they're listing like 107, or... Basically, it seems like a lot faster in the beginning. That's just me. See, there you go. That's one of the problems with this thing. It's very easy to essentially stop it from moving. You get one good hit, and because because these fans here, and that fan back there, those four are basically set up on the exact same blocks. One good shot, and you're practically immobile. I mean, you can still turn if you have the back set up, but you're basically useless. Like, a few games ago, I was piloting this thing, and we had, we were doing fairly well. I got hit, and I was the only medic left, if I'm not mistaken. And the Megabot was just sitting around me, and he obviously didn't realize that I was immobilized and could barely turn. And I only had 2 guns left, I believe, on the top. So I was slowly rotating, and he was just sitting there, obviously being like, oh, what the hell's going on? Why aren't I getting healed? When clearly I'm like rotating out of control slowly. He could have easily just hovered around me, because he was a hovercraft, he could just go above me as well. Which he was doing eventually, he caught on, so good for them. But, yeah, again, situational awareness even is needed when it comes to getting healed. It's something a lot of people don't have. And a lot of people in general don't have common sense. That's something you don't see every day. Brought down to essentially a tier 8 Tesla. It's usually simply popped off instantaneously. Oh, fantastic. See, there you go, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I can't remember if I was the only medic. Okay, yes. Oh, I think that's a plasma Tesla, okay. Well, I'm essentially stuck here, and you can now see why I don't pull this guy out that often. I only really use him to get the daily double, which is the game I was referring to earlier. But hey, it's always good for a variety on my channel, especially since you usually see the same bots over and over again on my channel. Figured I'd pull out something I don't normally pull out. Because I have, if I'm not mistaken, 16 slots currently. One of which is taken up by an art bot. Yeah, I did actually show that off. It's Galvantula. It's a Pokemon. Yes, gotta catch them all. Love it or hate it, I love it. So, if you got a beef with me, then I don't know, I could care less really. But I recently entered that. Sorry, I'm just sort of sitting here not really doing much, because I can't really do much, but yeah, that art bot I recently entered in the Reddit. It wasn't really an art bot competition, it was just a bot competition in general. It had very, very loose guidelines. Basically, if you had a bot, enter it, and you're good to go. But basically everyone just took that as, make a bot that looks nice, and most people did an art bot. And that was fine. It did fairly well. What did it go to? The remaining 8 it got up to, and then it got knocked out when it was the remaining 4. Which I'm pretty proud about. I think I did a fairly good job on that. I do have a video of that, actually, on my channel. I'm pretty sure I said that. But for the sake of this video, the point I was getting to, there it is. So, there you go. It's, very, very, very overburdened when it comes to weight. Hence why I have to use treads. And when it comes to guns, yeah, pretty pointless. It's mostly for looks, but hey, that's what the new meta is gonna bring. It's gonna bring the what is it? It's not the pit. It's the other one that's basically showing the hub. There we go. I'm sure I'll be piloting this thing around in the hub showing it off. I'm definitely not getting rid of this thing because it's awesome and I put quite a bit of work into it. So yeah, anyways guys, that's been everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.